In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on why women actually want men to pursue them. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that many women set up an artificial barrier for a man, which he is supposedly meant to break through. First, let's look at how women themselves explain the reason for this behavior. Many of them say it's a way to filter out men who are just looking for a good time. The logic is that if he sticks around for, say, 6 months, it means he's passed the test and is worth building a relationship with. But there's a major flaw in this logic, which I'll get to a bit later. On top of that, there are a lot of female influencers who preach that the courtship phase absolutely has to be a long one. These are the same influencers who also talk about how to ask your husband for money or how to avoid the fear of a breakup and keep a man on his toes. So their general slant is pretty clear. These kinds of topics are very popular among many women. So why do so many women want to be pursued? Let's break it down with a concrete example that will make everything crystal clear. I think my regular viewers understand that for a man, following this female script is counterproductive. Here's how it typically plays out. First, she might give him the cold shoulder about meeting up. She'll say she can't meet tomorrow. Then another day, she's suddenly swamped with very important business that might not even exist. She isn't giving you a definite no, but she isn't saying yes either. In extreme cases, this can go on for several weeks or even months. The man doesn't give up. He keeps pursuing, and one day he finally manages to arrange a meeting. When the date finally happens, his neediness for it is, from the start, much higher than hers. There's no talk of a balance of power or mutual interest whatsoever. During this whole pursuit, he, of course, buys her gifts, whether it's appropriate or not. The latter is far more common. He picks up every tab. He falls for her manipulations. It's obvious that the more we invest in another person with money, time, and so on, the more dependent on them we become. And that's generally not a problem, as long as it's not a one-sided game, like in the case described above. Unfortunately, some women consciously take advantage of this, essentially getting a man hooked on them. There's a good chance you're not the only one she's stringing along. Moreover, there are men who are aware of this dynamic but continue to fight for the woman anyway. In my opinion, this doesn't just point to a man's foolishness or lack of awareness. It's also actively harmful to him. Even women who don't start out with that goal, who genuinely want to find a partner, often end up disappointed in this man. As the saying goes, you've made your bed, now lie in it. And it would be one thing if the woman simply ended things at this stage. I mean, if you're not interested, what else is there to talk about, right? However, in many cases, the man continues to be perceived as a source of emotional validation and material benefits. He will hold out hope for things to progress, but it's just not going to happen. So what happens next? After a while, the man might start to think, wait, it's been months, and this still hasn't gone anywhere. Maybe this isn't the best situation, and I should just leave her. But then he remembers all the effort and time he's already invested, and the thought of breaking up, at least for the time being, vanishes. For how long? It's unclear. By the way, I believe the recent divorce statistics also paint a pretty clear picture of this exact scenario. A woman often ends up choosing a man she doesn't have any particular feelings for, but who persistently pursues her. They get married, and after some time, the interest that was sparked by the pursuit completely fades away. To men, I would recommend this. If a woman is too busy or has important things come up twice in a row, take it as a rejection. Don't waste your time on someone who doesn't have mutual feelings for you. After all, if she is genuinely interested in you, you likely won't see this kind of scenario play out at all. She will be investing in the relationship just as much as you are. Isn't that a better dynamic than these games of pursuit? The choice is yours.